What's good, y'all? Good morning. Good morning. This is that morning after podcast with your girl, K Lexi. We got my co host, Lady Skitzo, and we have a special guest today. We have the very funny, very talented Mr. Ryan Polk. Welcome.
Good
Oh
morning.
man, good morning, good morning. Thank you for having me. And it feels good to be up, and it feels good to be up, and feels good to be on your show too.
Okay, that's what's up. Thank you. Hey, before we get into today's topic, I would like to give a shout out to Javon Bates and
Yeah.
the whole film crew staff. I went to a wonderful trailer premiere yesterday for the new movie. Um, it's called Maxie's Last Stand, right?
Maxie's the Last Revenge.
The Last
Last song.
Revenge.
Yeah, the last song. Yeah, last song. Maxie's Revenge. I'm sorry.
Okay, please forgive me. But real quick, actually Ryan is acting in that movie. So tell us a little bit, you want to give us a little teaser about the movie. What's your role in the movie? But keep in mind too, y'all got to tap in. We do have a special interview lined up with Mr. Polk. So he's just going to give you a little tease for right now.
Well, yeah, because yes, it's definitely got to be a teaser. So yeah, because I don't want to do no spoilers, but my character's name is Michael Grant, and all I'm gonna say is that he is somebody's daddy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mm.
But I enjoy
He's
playing the character.
somebody's daddy.
Yeah, he is somebody's daddy. Yeah.
Okay, that's like a who's your daddy moment, like a good who's your daddy, or is that like a who's your daddy?
I'm gonna start just telling people, yeah, that's Ryan Polk. He's somebody's daddy.
Right, he is somebody's daddy.
Oh, that's what's up, though. Hey, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure, man. We got to make sure we all try and support, people from our hometown. It's a lot of people in your local city. I know we got viewers outside of the Cleveland area. So this isn't just for Cleveland, man. We got to stand up and support each other along the way. Don't wait until they get big and be talking about, oh, yeah, I know them. I know them, man. Help them through because they can get big faster. Y'all did.
Mm-hmm.
you know. So, um, Lady Skitzo, we missed you.
Yes, ma'am.
What's up? We ain't you been sleeping in somebody else's podcast in the morning or something.
Oh no, girl, I just been working, working, working. You know I'm a hustler.
You
So,
cheating on us.
well, Amazon, that's it. But Um, yeah, so my podcast will be dropping next week for sure. I got a couple guests lined up, and Lexi, you are definitely in my top three. So you got to come over to my world, play in my head for a little bit.
For sure.
Um, and I got a couple of things lined up for October, but I think I'm gonna wait to drop those on my podcast. So everybody, get over there. Be ready to tune in. See y'all next week.
Okay, okay. That's what's up. And Mr. Pope, what you got going on?
Oh man. Well, there's actually a few things going on. So I am going.
Alex, let me try to take a break.
I
Oops, I'm
currently
sorry.
have currently have two movie premieres that are going to be next month. You know, you got of course the last song, Maxie's Revenge. But that red carpet premiere is sold out. However, though, there are still tickets available for the second showing, which is going to be on October the 18th at Atlas Cinema at 7 p.m. So you go to tegmedia.com, then you will be able to find tickets on there. And also I also have another movie premiere that is going to be on October the 29th, and it's called Revenge House. You can purchase those tickets on Eventbrite. It is a thriller movie that I am co-starring in. And last but not least, you can also purchase these tickets on Eventbrite as well. I'm going to be ripping the runway in a fashion show on October the 1st, which is from Embrace Thy Curves. It's going to be at the Mediterranean. You can purchase tickets on Eventbrite. We currently got about like 40 something tickets left of general admission. So yeah, hurry up and get them because we sold out of VIP fast.
Nice, nice. I definitely need. Hold on. Oh shoot! Look, I'm over here multitasking. I definitely need to make sure. I was so happy to hear that. I'm sorry. I was so happy to hear that it was some new tickets available because I didn't want to have to miss out on that at all. At all. So, real quick, another thing, if there's any sponsors, potential sponsors, businesses that's looking to be sponsors that would like to sponsor any of our upcoming shows, we have a nice little squad of shows coming up, that's lined up on the BTV network. Make sure y'all tap in. The email address is what is it, production at btv.watchbtv.com. And also, if you are an aspiring podcaster and you want some assistance as far as getting your show together, production, marketing, all of that, and definitely the most important part, to be a part of a strong networking circle, make sure you tap in with me as well. Y'all can always find me on most of the social media platforms under Lexi Connects. So today, our topic is handling stress and depression. Hold on, let me get my hold on, my bonnet all twisted.
You got that
Oh,
bed head going for show for show.
oh,
Yeah.
and actually, I made a mistake. It's tegmedia.org. I'm sorry, just in case it's something didn't want to give out the wrong website.
Okay, yeah. Don't forget, put your links and stuff in the box, on the chat box on Facebook, and then that way the world can see it. So handling stress and depression. What's y'all take on that? Let's go ahead and get the ball rolling on that, because I know that it's a lot of people just even going through people's social media pages and stuff. You could kind of almost, at least I know I can. You can almost tell that somebody's kind of going through it a little bit by their posts and everything. And so a lot of times there's actually signs that we can see that somebody is undergoing some form of stress or battling with depression. What are some of the signs that you guys might notice?
For me, I know that I can only speak on my personal experience. When I have been in a depression, I either go to extreme low or I go to extreme high. So during one of my most depressed times that I was living, I was traveling the world. Like people thought I was living
Mm,
the best life. And I was really traveling just to try to fight off the depression because I was deep, deep, deep in depression.
wow.
And, and a lot of people really just saw me like living my best life. And people didn't even recognize that I was taking trips and doing stuff because I was really considering ending it. And I wanted to be able to say I lived before I,
Wow.
as no, and to this day, people right now may be listening like, what? Because I think it's really the first time I've acknowledged it out loud in its real form.
Mm, that's commendable. Definitely. And that's a strong point to bring up, is the fact that sometimes depression might not look like depression. It's not somebody showing up to work in their robe talking about, hey, I hate all of y'all. It's somebody, quote unquote, living their best life because they may be considering ending their life. That's strong. That's deep. I never looked at it like that. What about you, Ryan?
So when it comes to handling stress and depression, because me, I feel like I'm stressed all the damn time. I mean, like that's almost every damn day because I feel like I'm always pissed off about something. But when it comes to seeing if somebody does know about it, I mean, it's really kind of hard to tell because sometimes people may hide that depression, or they may and they also may hide that stress. They may be depressed inside but don't want to show it because, like they say, you never know what people are going through. But for the ones that do show it, they just
Right.
may act like they're very sad all the time, don't want to speak, or Like, say if you know that person as somebody who's a real jokester and everything, then one moment he's not, he's complete opposite. Then yeah, you can definitely tell that something is probably going on in his life, him
Good
or her life.
point. Good point. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm slow with these transitions this morning. That was up close and personal. But yeah, you guys bring up some very, very insightful points, as far as with dealing with depression, because it looks different. Everybody, it depends on the individual. And I was reading an article written in the John Hopkins Medicine's website, where it talked about the differences between depression in men and depression in women. We always talking about the difference between men and women. We have different causes, and something, and it made sense when I read it. It said that basically, as we age, men and women, we handle depression differently, versus like as women we'll be more emotional, but versus a man will be more agitated. And matter of fact, you know what? I don't want to misquote. Hold on, here I go. I mean, does that sound about right for y'all?
Yeah,
That sounds right for me because when I'm very emotional, like if I go from like one of my happier moments to now I'm just I want to be alone. I'm crying. I'm having crazy outbursts. Yeah, that's usually me just not being me. It's something going on. So I
Mm.
feel like women do go heavy in the emotion area when it comes to um going through stress and depression.
Yes. What you think, Ryan?
kind of, kind of like to piggyback off of what she said. No, it's no, like kind of like the same thing. Like with the stress and the depression. No, it's like I don't know, like it's kind of like really just like hard to tell or like hard to explain for real, for real.
Well, according to MayoClinic.org, they say that women are nearly twice as likely as men to be diagnosed with depression. Depression can occur at any age. Some mood changes and depressed feelings occur with normal hormonal changes, but hormonal changes alone does not cause depression. So there's a lot of different aspects to where if we were to look at it, women deal with certain things in life, men have deal with certain things in life. But um, aside from hormonal things, some of the things that can actually cause depression is unequal power and status, work overload, and sexual or physical abuse. Does that sound about right to y'all?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I do think that I can find that study kind of true because which and it's nothing and it is nothing against women because I from what I've seen from my years of experience, yes, it does seem like more women are depressed than there are men because they could be depressed from, like you said, physical abuse, or they could be
Mm.
you got some that be depressed when it comes to one of the most popular things, I think, which is like their weight. Like, yeah, like I've seen a
Mm.
lot of women get depressed about when it comes to weight loss versus a man. Very
That's
rare.
right.
Right.
Very rare. I've ever seen a guy really act like he's depressed about his weight.
Yeah, you don't see as many. I think that men just may not communicate it as much as women do. Um, what were you gonna say, Schizo?
I was just saying hi to Charles, who was
Oh,
in there, but um, that actually is really funny because during that time when I was depressed, I was traveling. I was 294 pounds
Mm.
and I was out wearing swimsuits and like people were giving me the most compliments like, "Oh my god, you're so beautiful for a plus size model." And you know what I'm
oh,
saying? Like it was that was that's who I turned into, was the plus size model, the girl who was the big ball of fun. But again, nobody knew how unhappy I was. Like the body that the people were praising was the thing I hated about myself the most.
Wow.
And it became a persona because people was always like, oh my God, you're so, you look so cute in this and that, and you put on some of the cutest clothes and da 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 to be a big girl. And it's like, there's another person in here. Like, that's not a big girl.
Hmm. You're more than just
And
your size.
yeah. And the thing that people were praising was the fact that I was so comfortable in this big girl body, and I hated that big girl body.
Yes.
It was literally, not only was it physically killing me, but it was mentally and emotionally tearing me to pieces. And the whole world thought that she was the best thing on earth.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that, because I think a lot of people can identify with that, because if it's not your personal expectations of yourself, we have a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of pressure coming from society, like with social media. As far as people saying this is the standard. So if you're not doing this, then you're feeling stressed. And then that stress is going to run on over to depression. And it's like it's so many different things that we must try to avoid in order to keep ourselves from going down that road. You know, another thing is let me see, I had a couple like lists as far as factors that contribute. Something that people have to realize too, a person can have a chemical imbalance that can lead to depression.
Mhm.
You know, there's internal and external factors that can cause depression. It can internal factor could be a true clinical diagnosis of depression that has nothing to do with your external factors. So on that note, if a person has that, if it's been shown that they have this chemical imbalance, there's treatments for that. And I'm not just saying, oh, go get some meds. It's like treatments. There's therapy. It's even like natural herbs that people can do. There's meditative things, which we could talk more about those things later, but there are chemical imbalances in people. So when you're telling someone, oh, just do this, just do that to get over their depression, maybe sometimes that person that's always depressed or cycled through depression, maybe it's something chemical. They could change their environment over and over, but that chemical imbalance is still going to be there.
And that
um
is such a real thing.
yeah, people think that you could fix something, and maybe I'll love this person to death and they'll change. No, no matter what, until it is addressed properly within the appropriate scope. Therapy with online with so many online options, there's no reason a person should feel alone. You can reach out, talk to somebody. Even some of these groups on Facebook, it's some really cool depression groups on Facebook, or where people share techniques, their experiences, and they even come and be transparent when they are at that low point. um what are some things, so if you notice somebody that's going through some depression, what are some things that you guys might do personally to try and help them?
Um, so when it comes to me, no, man, that's a good question. No, I like to work out. So I really feel like working out does relieve both stress and depression, gets my mind off of things. And I'm a gamer, so I will play video games sometime. And I'm also a big kid too. I may watch, I may be I may go on a streaming service. I may go on Hulu and watch maybe some Hey Arnold or Rugrats, or I'm a big Disney fan, so I'm a really big Disney addict, so I'll definitely tune into Disney Plus. I feel like Disney is definitely something to help me get my mind off of something. Even if I was to, like I don't know, like even if I even thought about ever like getting to the point to where I'm so depressed to where I just want to like beat myself up, which I never have. But yeah, a good Disney movie will definitely make me get my mind off of it.
Oh, a little feel good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those are some really good options because to me, all right, like going back to what I said, in some situations, environmental change can help you feel better. Like if as you notice, like as far as like my background, like today I'm on somebody's beach. Okay. So,
Somebody.
yeah, somebody's beach.
It's
So you
Lexi's
have
today.
yeah, I'm down by the beach. I'm sipping my coconut coffee, even though I hate coconut though. I'm not really sipping coconut coffee, but you know what I mean. but
Yeah.
but oh
Well, then that
Lord,
a good wopsicle can make me help relieve stress and depression too.
Not a
Yeah,
wopsicle.
yeah, the
Not a
wopsicle,
wopsicle.
good wopsicle can help me relieve the stress too. So we're talking about virtual backgrounds.
Wait a minute. I gotta join the virtual background world. Not a wopsicle.
Yeah, the wopsicle. Yeah,
man,
it does taste wet too.
Oh Jesus. Oh wait.
I should I should have
Charles,
known.
Charles, if you're not over there dying laughing right now, I can't
Oh
believe your
my
last
god.
statement.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. He and he got
Yes,
this
yes.
Then
he
see that
got the
Okay.
he got the straight face too. And he got his hair
Wait,
right. Hey, put it back up real quick. Put it back up
leave,
though.
man, he
Your
can
hair,
leave that there
yes,
forever.
leave it up.
okay, I'll leave it on for the
That,
rest of the show just because it's y'all two. Yeah.
Yeah,
yes, please and
you
thank you.
your head is
Oh
like
my
right
God.
in the
Okay,
crack
Charles, I
though.
believe you now. I believe you now. And I think her name was Tasha. She said she
Yes.
uses encouraging words and worship music and laughter and comedy. And I gotta agree with all of that. Like my go-to when my spirit is in its darkest is I turn on a comedy.
Yes.
Like, but now when my spirit is just like it's weary and tired, and I'm just like, I gotta give it to God before it get to that dark place, then I'm listening to my gospel music.
Mm-hmm.
Because and it's so crazy because a lot of people be like, girl, you going you listening to gospel music, da, 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 da. And it's like y'all don't even know, like this is my good place. Like this is where I'm like, okay, life is taking a small turn, I'm gonna give it to God. And then
Mm-hmm.
our flesh always tends to not want to let God handle it, and we go to trying to stress out about it a little more instead of just having the faith that it's gonna be taken care of. And
Mm-hmm.
then you start to now you in this dark place where you like God ain't doing it. You done let it get way past. And that's when I put on a comedy like, you know what, something in the world is, you know what I'm saying? Everything ain't bad. Let me take myself to a happier place so I can give it back to God. Cause I know God gonna take care of it when I give it to him, but I still let my mind take me a little darker sometimes. And that's when I be like, well, okay, let me find me a good old comedy, sit down.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. My favorite comedies is to go to some new random person I ain't never heard of on Netflix or on Hulu. I go find some random person I never heard of and watch it, and I just, man, when I tell you I'm there, I'm in the happy place.
Yeah.
I'm getting back to my regular me. Yeah.
Yeah, see, for me, real quick, going back to the gospel music, I totally agree with that. And also, that's like a pretty nice warning to individuals around me. If you hear me listening to some gospel music Thursday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that, let me be, because I'm on that
Yeah.
edge. Because
Yes.
I'm trying to allow. Jesus to take the wheel, be the fence, be the farm, be whatever. But I'm trying to, you know, kind of center myself, like you said, you know. Also, let me see, we got a couple. So Charles Yancey say his go-to is Kevin Hart, laugh at my pain.
Oh
And
yeah, you can't help with Kevin Hart.
yeah, Nikki says
Oh man,
she take it to God. Yeah.
Yes, yes, ma'am. That's where it gotta go. Oh yeah,
Or
Tasha. Now
dance.
that's it right there. Cause I will turn on some music and twerk it up, get ratchet girl, get
Hmm.
ratchet girl,
You
just to
got
be able to yeah. I'll be like shaking the devil off, but twerking while I'm doing it.
yeah, gotta get that energy out.
the obstacle took her out. Yes.
Yes, that popsicle is different. like, like I need that. I need
Man,
to have
y'all
that in my background 24/7.
see you what no, you gonna really have some single problems then.
Hey, and I'm trying to. Like at this point, I want all the smoke. Yeah,
Oh my
right. I'm gonna
God.
need. I'm gonna need you to send me that wopsicle. I need to. Yeah, I'm gonna need that.
Hey, I got you. Yeah.
For sure.
Not-
Man,
Did you see what Charles said? Charles said that's a new one. Jesus be a farm. Hey, whatever form Jesus got to come in. Just come on, Jesus. Just
when
come
you
on.
dealing with a
Come
lot of
on
animals,
in the room.
Yes.
man, you dealing
Man.
with animals and creatures
Yes.
and everything else.
Creatures,
Yes.
man.
Man,
Well, I want him to bless me with a pterodactyl because that way I can get some free gas on transportation. And I love to travel. So yeah. That's what I want
Not
Jesus to bless me with, a
not
pterodactyl or something.
specifically a pterodactyl.
Yes. Because I
hey,
love to travel. Yes. And I love to
Jesus
travel.
said, "Ask for it, you shall receive." He want him a
I
damn pterodactyl.
I would have said a private plane.
Mm-mm.
I feel you got to be different. You got to
Well,
think
private plane,
outside
you
the
got to
box.
fill up. Private plane is gas. Pterodactyl, you ain't got to. Only thing you got to fill him up on is with people, and I'll just feed him to people that I don't like. So yeah,
That that part
yeah, he can
and
eat, he can
that
eat the
part.
people I don't like. Yeah, there you
You
go.
know what? The pterodactyl idea sounded better every minute.
Yeah.
Like as we, he giving me all of the. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of niggas gone,
Okay. It's
but
too
I'm gonna be
Yes,
early
getting
for that.
around the world.
yes, my pterodactyl Bowser. Yes, he's gonna be freaking. He will be awesome. Yes,
Bro
Yep,
got
and he got.
he,
yes,
This ain't today. He planned this one out. He know
yes,
his pterodactyl.
yes.
Lord
Love
Jesus
it.
have mercy.
Jesus gonna bring it too. Ryan, we ain't about to play with it. Don't
Lord
play
have
with it.
mercy.
Don't
Hmm.
come on, Jesus. Don't play with it.
Yes,
Wow, that is funny. So, another coping mechanism that I suggest is to realign your expectations. Okay, because sometimes people have really delusional expectations on themselves, situations, their capabilities, and really you just hurting your own feelings. Sometimes you gotta have a come to Jesus moment about who you are, what you are, and all of that, and what you're dealing with. A lot of
Yes,
times
man.
people be depressed about a situation, I'll say a relationship. Oh, I'm so depressed. He this, he that. But he told you from day one he ain't want no relationship.
uh-huh.
So you hurt your own feelings.
Yes,
You know,
there you go.
if you choose to live above your means to keep up with the
Oof.
Joneses, you hurting your own feelings. Humble yourself sometimes. You know, sometimes within a depressed state, you should, when you come up out of that, you need to be reborn with a new focus. It's a new beginning, hopefully with a beautiful ending. You know, it's also, you got to be leery. It's a lot of people out here that they know that having a sign of depression gets them attention.
Mm,
Be leery of those attention whores that
mm.
feel as if it's a
Yes.
lot of people, they always got something wrong in their life because these people psychologically feel like that's the only time they on the map, the only time they important. they that's where they get their power from. So you ever try and help somebody through a situation, and every time you give them a solution, they battle that. Oh no, this. Oh no, no. I already
Mm-hmm.
got that figure. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
well, why don't
Why
why
we
we even
talking about?
talking then?
Why we having this conversation? Why you wasting my breath?
Yep. Like I say, you got it. That's what I say. You got it. You know, cause it's like, do you want to handle this or not?
And I'm starting to learn that you can easily drown trying to help other people, and the
Yes.
other people will they will get their life jacket because you done drown to save them, and they won't even look back in the water and see if you okay.
Right. Right. Exactly. I'm sorry. I'm
That,
moving
yes, that
around.
is true. That is true because yes, because one thing I learned is this: you can only, oh, you I mean like, yeah, if you do, you mean like you can't get nowhere holding the door open for other people.
Mm-mm.
And one thing I learned, and this is Cleveland, so we it's already hard enough to get people to support us. So, I'm to that point to where I'm just like, okay, hey, I'm one. If you ain't supporting me, I'm not supporting you. You ain't help me out with shit, then I ain't helping you out, because at the end, with entertainment, we're in the game by ourselves, for real, for real. We are in this game by ourselves, and it's already hard to get people to support one another, out here. So yeah, I mean, you can't. Yeah, you really cannot. You really can't spend your whole life holding the door open for other people and helping people out, because then you ain't doing nothing for yourself.
Right.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. You
Well,
know. Oh,
that's
go
why
ahead.
I'm glad that I'm part of the little network that I'm part of, because Lex Connects put it together.
Thank
And
Yes.
you.
so, like, it's so much stuff that you really just don't know is going on in Cleveland because people don't really support like they should.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, you know, I'm here for it. Oh, yes. Oh my goodness. Did you see what Charles said?
Yes.
Reciprocation is
Reciprocation.
everything. I just
Oh,
told one of my friends yesterday, I said, the one thing that can make me love somebody the hardest is reciprocity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I said,
Yep.
just give me back what I give you. Like, I'm not
Yes.
asking for it. It don't have to be the same way I give it to you. If it's loyalty, whatever your form of loyalty is, just stand on what it is, 10 toes. Be who you are genuinely.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
Ex-
and the things that I love about you is gonna be the things that I love about you. And the things that I hate about you gonna be the things that I like about you if I love you.
Amen.
That's it.
yes.
That's it. Like, reciprocity is dead. I'm convinced of it. I'm convinced that
Mm-hmm.
love is so tarnished, and it's
Oh,
that kind
don't
of
even.
that in itself stress you out. So that's why
Yes.
I'm working on it right now. I'm in the process of learning to have zero expectations. And then when I
Mm-hmm.
see who you are, if it does not work for me, exit stage
Mm-hmm.
left. No
Yes.
Yes.
problem.
Yes.
It's not a issue. We can interact and correspond accordingly. But if I see that there's something about you that I just do not want in my world, I no longer feel guilty about cutting it out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I
Yep.
and it's and that has caused me to not be up under so much stress. Now,
Good one.
have I lost some friends or people that I thought were friends? Eh, oh well.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like it ran its course.
Yes.
Like it,
Yes.
and I'm getting to a point where I'm at peace with things running its course and never having to look back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's a process. And actually, I'm glad that we got this conversation started. I do have a special show lined up. We're just trying to schedule it with a few professionals to actually discuss therapeutic ways naturally, that you can battle and you can actually prevent yourself from even getting to that place. Because I think that if you've already been to that dark place, you should know when you notice yourself getting there. That's something that we all have mentioned. Like, before I get to this point, this is what I try and do. Tasha said child loss helped me have zero expectation of anyone. This was the start of changing me. So people experiences definitely make you reevaluate your position
Mm-hmm.
in other people's lives, and that reevaluation can help prevent that depression. It might be sad to go through, but it's the first step. So when we have this follow-up show, we will be discussing more as far as the actual techniques. There's actually things you should not say or do if a person is experiencing depression and you call yourself
Yeah.
helping them, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Oh,
So make sure y'all listening, all y'all that's listening, tap in with us between now and then. Share, you can inbox us, share some of your techniques. And if any of y'all, especially you, Tasha, if you want to join us on that show, share your story of depression and what you actually did to come up out of that. We would love to hear that. Ryan, do you and we're going to be wrapping up a little early today. I have a meeting coming up,
oh,
but
that's cool.
before
I
we
do. I
go,
do want to come.
Ryan,
I do want to come back for the follow up episode of this. Yeah,
for sure.
I definitely want to come back for the follow up. Yes.
So Ryan, you want to go ahead? Your parting words.
Um. No, that was. I pretty much ain't really got much to say. It's just that, like if you do got depression, or if you are dealing with type of stress, fill out to reach out to somebody who's able to like help you out with it, or talk to somebody, and yeah, that's pretty much really all I got. You know, like we pretty much said everything like in here for today's episode about it.
Yeah, we covered everything
Yeah.
efficiently. I do believe, Lady Skitzo, my wonderful co-host.
Well, first I have to say happy heavenly birthday to my sister Sonya. Today is her birthday, so it's the start of our birthday week. Her birthday is today. Mine is the 27th. My mom's is October 1st. So it's about to go. So I want to scream happy birthday to her. And I just want to say that we pretty much cover everything, but just pay attention to your circle. Um,
Mhm.
when you notice that there's changes, a lot of people don't initially want to talk about it, but just be a consistent friend. Be there. Sometimes people don't need your opinion, they just need your ear. That's why God gave you two ears, one mouth. Try to talk a lot less, listen a lot more.
Mhm.
Um, And until we show up on that show, get ready to tune in to From the Mind to Skitzo. It will be 2 episodes dropping next week. And let's go ahead and support Ryan and all
Yes.
his endeavors in October. And you as always, Lex will be in touch as we always are. This is my media sister from another mister.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes,
Definitely
Thank
shout
you,
out to
ma'am.
you.
everybody.
Definitely shout out to you, Lex. Yes.
Thank you. And
Yes.
it's all about networking and all of us coming together in any situation, because if we're not together here mentally or within our hearts or balanced spiritually or whatever, however a person might look at it, it will come out later in the wash. You know, that's why,
Everybody check the links. Check in the chat. Everybody, we drop links to
oh yeah.
Eventbrite, IGs. If you following us on Facebook, we're probably tagged to the show. So make sure y'all tune in. And we have episodes on Spotify, iHeart, and YouTube now. So check us out on all platforms, you guys.
Yes.
Good
And
morning. Good morning. As you can see, what I'm about
Yes.
to be doing.
Yes, and make sure y'all tap into BTV. That's B three dots TV, because that's the new network. We looking for content. We looking for advertisers, sponsors, the whole nine. So make sure y'all holla at us, and hey, we don't have no consistency with this show. Y'all just got to catch us sometime. Maybe that'll make y'all go back and watch it, and we get views. Okay.
Yeah, catches, y'all. All right, Lex. Good
Uh,
morning.
Great morning. Y'all have an awesome day.
All right, bye bye, man.